You know, some stories aren't written in books. They're literally etched in stone, carved into rock, and buried deep in the earth for thousands of years. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Sri Lanka's heritage. It's a legacy of faith, of amazing discovery, and yeah, a constant struggle to preserve its ancient soul.
So to really get this, we have to go way, way back, thousands of years, to what Sri Lanka's oldest historical chronicles tell us. This quote kind of sets the stage, right? The island was seen as having this profound spiritual importance, believed to have been visited by the Buddha himself, and not just once, but 3 times. This belief is the very bedrock of the nation's entire cultural identity.
And that really brings us to the big question here. I mean, when your history is this deep, this sacred, how in the world do you keep it from just fading away? It's a journey from this ancient faith to the very real modern challenges of preservation.
To really understand the why this is also important, we're going to zoom in on one specific place, the Kelaniya Temple. It's the perfect anchor for understanding just how vital this heritage is to the people of Sri Lanka. Okay, so legend has it that the Buddha's 3rd visit to the island was right here at this very spot. He was invited by a Naga king. Now think about the significance of that for a second. A temple, or a daga, was built not just to remember the visit, but to actually enshrine the gem-studded throne he sat on. I mean, this act basically consecrated the ground itself, turning it into hallowed earth.
But as you can imagine, time wasn't exactly kind to this sacred place. By the late 1800s, it had really fallen into disrepair. The story of its revival, though, isn't about some king or government. Nope. It's about the mission of one single, incredibly determined person.
Can you imagine visiting one of your country's most holy sites and finding your feet sinking into a muddy floor? I mean, that was the reality that greeted a philanthropist named Kelaniya Raja Maha Viharaya back in 1880. And seeing that, well, it sparked a personal mission that would last for decades.
And her commitment was just extraordinary. It started out simply enough in 1888, just paving that muddy floor. But her vision just kept growing. By 1927, she laid the foundation for a complete restoration, bringing in artisans from all over. And here's the crucial part. She didn't just rebuild the temple, she secured its future. She set up a massive trust fund to make sure it would be taken care of long, long after she was gone.
The contrast is just wow. It's stunning. On the left, you see the temple basically as she found it. And on the right, that's her legacy. A fully restored architectural marvel that stands today as a testament to what one person's vision and generosity can truly accomplish.
But look, as amazing as one person's passion is, it can't protect an entire nation's heritage. So let's shift gears a bit and look at the modern, systematic, and, well, scientific approach the state has to take.
So who's in charge of this massive job today? That immense responsibility falls to an official body, the Department of Archaeology. You can think of them as the chief custodians. They handle the whole shebang, from scientific excavation to the super delicate work of conservation across the entire country. And this is where things get really, really cool. Because when you have a dedicated scientific institution digging into a history this rich, the results can be absolutely groundbreaking. We're talking about finds that push the timeline of the nation's story back further than anyone ever imagined. Just look at this. Get this. In 2013, a team discovered a human skeleton in the Karagala cave, and it's estimated to be 8,000 years old. Let that sink in. A single discovery that completely rewrote a chapter of prehistoric human history on the island, pushing the known timeline of its inhabitants back by millennia. It's just incredible. And the skeleton wasn't just found in isolation, It was discovered right alongside these prehistoric stone tools, all within this Karagala cave complex. When you put it all together, it creates this complete snapshot of a life lived 8 millennia ago. And it's not just about super ancient prehistoric stuff either. During the excavation of the Nilagiri Pagoda, the team unearthed this beautiful little golden casket. It just goes to show how this scientific work uncovers treasures from every single era of Sri Lanka's long and layered history. Okay, so we've talked about all this amazing discovery work, but there's another side to this story. This work isn't just about careful, patient discovery. It's also a constant, ongoing battle to protect these sites from people who would just plunder them for profit. And the threat is so real. It's relentless. You've got looters out there, often under the cover of darkness, doing illegal digging, destroying priceless artifacts just because they're searching for some kind of treasure. This isn't a problem of the past. It is an active, ongoing fight to protect history from being stolen.
And if you want a number that really puts the scale of this problem into perspective, check this out. Over 42 million rupees. That's how much was collected in fines from people caught damaging or stealing from these sites in just one single year, 2013. It is a really stark reminder of the constant pressure these historical treasures are under.
So, from the sacred legends of Kelaniya to the 8,000-year-old bones of Karagala, the story of Sri Lanka is one of constant rediscovery. It shows us that preservation is really a bridge, connecting a mythic past with a scientific future. And it leaves all of us with one final, really tantalizing question. What else is still buried beneath the soil, just waiting to be found?